I'm going to show you exactly what happens when a console player tries to switch over to keyboard and mouse. Let's go.
Nice.
As most of you know, I'm a console player. I've been using controller for decades. And this year I finally started to make the jump to PC gaming. So I was a little nervous about using a keyboard and mouse. One of my friends introduced me to Kovaak aim trainer. So I wanted to test if I could actually pick up a keyboard and mouse and start in competitive shooting games by practicing for 30 days in an aim train. So I have tons of video, but I'm really only going to show small bits and pieces from each day. I want to show you how or if I improved in any of these areas that I was working on. And then I'm going to show you exactly what I learned. I did this for 30 days straight using drills that I found online. And initially it was actually for Valorant, which I played a little bit of, but it was overall just to get more comfortable with keyboard and mouse. So here's a condensed version of my 30 days of aim training.
Three, two, one.
As you can see, there was definitely some progression from day 1 to day 30. There were some main things that I've really learned in this process, and I wanted to share those with you to help you make the decision about whether you should go and try an aim trainer. So the first thing is, PC gaming isn't that scary. I haven't really played any competitive shooters on a PC probably since Counter-Strike in the early 2000s, and I think I was just nervous about picking up a mouse. So this process definitely showed me that anybody can do it. I mean, you're used to using a mouse to scroll through the internet. It's really about building that muscle memory around moving the mouse more precisely, especially in these competitive. Next, proper setup is essential. One of the things I started this journey with was researching how to properly set up my gaming area. So it started with ergonomics, having a comfortable chair, having a setup that can be consistent in the way that I'm going to hold the mouse, and am I going to use wrist movement versus arm movement. And I'll link a video in the description below that shows some of the things that I worked on, but this made a world of difference in just setting me up for success. This next one might be personal preference, but a lower DPI and lower sensitivity worked wonders in increasing my accuracy. So for those of you that don't know what this is, it's basically how much you move the mouse correlating to how much the cursor moves. There's definitely people out there who use high sensitivity, but I think for the most part, people are on the lower end, so you can have more precision in your movement of the cursor. The next thing I learned was kind of sad, but my accuracy goes way down when I'm tired. You can probably tell from just looking at the clips exactly which days I was playing past about 10 p.m. So I realized if I'm sleepy, it's probably not good to jump into a competitive shooter because I'm just not nearly as accurate. Practicing in a low stress environment was hugely beneficial. So instead of hopping into a competitive game like Apex and getting murdered by a bunch of people who have been playing on keyboard and mouse, repeatedly practicing specific mechanics like tracking and flicking, that is not something that you're going to have a lot of chances to do when you're in game. Having that outside of the game experience let me get in those repetitions to build that muscle memory faster. Speaking of flicking is really tough. I'm still terrible at this. I got slightly better over the 30 days, but it's just really difficult. And I've seen people online who are able to do it like it's nothing, but I think that's something that comes with years of practice, if not decades. There's likely a very high learning curve to get specific skills down like flick. Finally, 30 days in a row is a really long time to do something that you're not used to doing. And there were definitely days that I just didn't feel like doing it at all, and I kind of pushed myself to do that. And a lot of those days did end up being the later nights where my accuracy was low. So I think if you're going to try this on your own, definitely give yourself some leeway. Maybe do it only on weekdays or do it 3 days a week, but it was pretty tough to make it through 30 days. Overall, I think aim trainers are a great way for console players to make that jump over to PC. Overall, I definitely saw the time I put into Kovaak's aim trainer translate into improvement. I know that it'll never perfectly mirror exactly what you're seeing in the games that you want to play, but it made me so much more confident in my ability to just put the cursor on an enemy and click, where I think without using the aim trainer, I was always much more hesitant. And I think in competitive shooters especially, if you don't have that confidence, 9 times out of 10, you're gonna lose the gunfight. One very important caveat, when I did finally start getting into actual games like Rogue Company, I was quickly reminded that aiming is only one aspect of being good at these competitive shooting games. One of the other aspects being movement. And that's not really something I worked on in these 30 days. And it can be difficult to make that jump from using a joystick to using WSAD or whatever key binding. So I think if you are making the jump, definitely get into whatever shooting range or training grounds are available in the game that you're interested in and just practice moving around. I think to supplement the aim training, that's going to really help you to get better faster. So that was my 30 days. It was at times tough. I think most of the time it was tough. I saw some improvements in tracking. I think overall comfort level with the mouse is much higher. And now it's just about jumping into games and getting killed by people that are much better than me until I get better and improve. If you are going to try this, I highly recommend Kovaak Aim Trainer. I know there's other out there, but Kovaak's worked really well for me. And I would love to hear other people. Are you making the jump from console to PC? What are you using? What other things have you learned? Feel free to leave those comments below. If you did like this video and want to see more of these types of videos where I'm trying things and trying to get better at PC gaming, feel free to subscribe to the channel for updates. And if you liked this video, I'd appreciate you hitting the thumbs up button so more people can see this video and hopefully practice their own aim training. Let me know what you guys want to see next. All right. Thanks, guys. With